I was asked to do a Deepika Padukone look, as you can tell. I've got my hair in place. I'm going to be doing something quite uplifting with the hairstyle. I find Deepika's look very simple. There isn't too much to it. In fact, just two elements. One is that she likes to have that little 60s wing, and another thing is she doesn't have bags like we do. She has a little lift here. She's also got a very strong arch in the eyebrow. Other than that, her makeup is quite simple. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So as I said, the eye is very strong, and what I'm going to do is just take a pencil. I'm taking a brown and I'm just going to thicken my brows, just very lightly stroking and filling them in. The key to darkening the brows is just to make sure that you work slowly and you work, you know, little by little. Or if you go over when you're darkening, because you can always clean up. I'm going with a little of the black and just go over anywhere where I think it's a bit brown. I'm going to take a little bit of white powder. I'm just going to place that underneath. That's going to get blended with a fleshy colour in a minute. I feel like I blended the white on the other side a wee bit too much, and then I've not blended enough on the opposite side. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of the white here, and then I'm just going to blend out a little on this side. There we go. We know Deepika's makeup looks very lightweight, but it doesn't mean to say it's not a heavy foundation applied or a heavy base. It's just a really flawless base. So I'm applying a cream foundation all over my skin. Deepika's darker toned, so she does tend to you know, flip between darker colours and lighter colours. So there's one image that I've seen of her where the colour just isn't right at all, and you can see it as a mask. I'm going to kind of use one that's warm toned to give me that summer glow that she always tends to have, without making my skin look any lighter than it actually is. Mine's a bit red at the moment, it's a bit irritated, and my mohawk's getting in the way. As always, the products will be listed in my blog, the link to which you'll find in the YouTube video description box. If you see this in Facebook, then you won't see that link. You'll have to click the little YouTube box at the bottom to see it. And that will then open up the video in YouTube for you to see the details. Essentially, it's going to be on my blog, which is on my website, my new website, which I'm so proud of. Okay, so I've avoided my eyebrows deliberately because I don't want to get a big fat brush over that area. What I'm going to do is take a soft brush, a small one, and just take the foundation and just want to clean up. Just powdering my face now, just to get rid of the shine, to set it, to mattify it. I haven't finished around my eyes just yet, and I haven't finished concealing either. I'm going to follow that nice flick that she tends to do. You can do this with any kind of liner, bar a kohl one. I think you need to have a bit more precision. I don't know what's wrong with my pen today. I think I had it sitting up the wrong way around, so I've switched to good old black track. Probably just clean up just under there when that's dry. The key is not to get any at the bottom at all, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. I'm mixing up my corrector concealer, and I'm just applying that to remove or hide these bags I've got. I'm also going to apply it here, just where some of the dark is seeped out because I've been rubbing at my eyebrows. I've just noticed I've got a bit on the eyebrow as well, but that's okay. I think it works quite nicely. What I really want to do is just lift this whole area. You can see the difference that it makes, and it's creating that kind of underbag here that Deepika has. One of my friends in training, when I had my makeup training, she actually joined an agency and had the chance to do Deepika's makeup, I think on a few times, and apply her henna. So I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, so can you see, this is a clean brush, but can you see this area here? I've got a natural kind of dip. I want to accentuate that area with a little grey brown kind of eyeshadow on a really flat brush. I'm just going to tap that in there. Can you see? And then I'm going to blend that out with that same soft brush. I don't want to move it, I just want to soften that line. And that's going to give me that little, it's going to accentuate this area here and then bring this area down. And just to give me that kind of Deepika look, I guess. Deepika crease under the eye that isn't here like mine would naturally be. It's kind of here. Just going to apply a little here. Can you see how this area has just suddenly popped up? I don't know if you can see that there. It doesn't separate all of the lashes, it's one that keeps the lashes together. I'm applying another coat of mascara. And as I thought, there's no mascara on the bottom lash. What she does have is a little eyeline. Right in the waterline. I'm going to finish with a little powder just around here. Her cheek's really quite dewy while the rest of her can be quite matte. Not always, I mean there is a definitive line here of shine that you do often see. I'm taking a cream blush, sucking my cheeks in, and then I'm going to push up. Same on the other side. Oh, I forgot to mention she's also got hairs just like I have here, so I kind of don't feel guilty that I haven't waxed my face before a tutorial. It's quite refreshing to see that as well. When you apply a cream blush, you should always seal it with a bit of powder. I'm only going to seal the underside of it and not the whole section because I want that little bit of shine to stay there. So I'm kind of cheating by not having to then put the, you know, the line of eyeshadow. If you were going to, then just see where the shine is. That's where the light's hitting my cheekbone. And I just, with a really small brush like this, that's kind of tapered, apply a little eyeshadow in that area. If you've got a shimmery kind of light powder or blush, then apply it there, but I wouldn't go for a bronzer because that can then just go all over. Okay, so I'm going to do my lipstick after I've done my hair because the hair's going to stick all over my lip gloss and that irritates me. So I've hairsprayed my hair down because I like to give it a little bit of texture. My hair's really slippery and heavy at the same time, so it tends to slip out of my hands. Also, you want texture like this. If your hair's naturally wavy, just run some rock and oil or some mousse or something through it, just to keep it a little bit more calm. If it's naturally curly, some serum will do. If you have straight hair, then what you want to do is just maybe wrap it up in a bun and put a tight ponytail, having run some mousse through it before, and that will help give it a little bit of texture. If not, some hot rollers or some tongs will do the trick too, but with tongs and hot rollers you kind of get too much of a curl. So I'm just going to put my hair up into a ponytail now. And with most of her looks, she kind of has a long ponytail anyway. And I'm kind of going with the front like it is in for her ambassador, sorry, I mean her Chennai Express promotions. I don't know where ambassador came from. I'm just removing the roller that's closest to the back of my head. I just use the velcro rollers. I'm going to spray underneath, and then I'm going to back comb this to give me height. I'm going to back comb up to about, I don't know, up to about here. I'm actually going to back comb all of this, front and back. I've got some serious back comb in there. And I'm going to roll this into a little tube and then have that sitting here at my scalp. I'm going to pin that in place underneath. Just smooth over the top a little bit, pull up. This is how it looks. I'm just going to pull it up. It's really easily manipulated. You can even pull it over a little bit just to round off if you want. I'm only going to do it a teeny weeny bit. Then I'm going to take the second one down. I don't want it to be too smooth. Spray the underside. I don't want this too perfect, so I'm just going to literally take it with my hands, kind of rough it up a little. Taking the second one down, I've also just draped that over the top and secured that down. Okay, so I've taken the second one down and I've just draped it over, and I'm just going to kind of mould that a little bit so that I'm getting really frustrated with my camera. I've done this about a gazillion times now and it keeps turning off. I don't know why that does that with the Canon 550D. It drives me nuts, or the T2 something, whatever it's called in America. But I've done this take so many times. I've taken this down and I've explained why and what I'm doing with it. See, it cuts out. Anyway, I've created a shape like this. The top's been taken down. I'm not going to backcomb it, but I want a kind of mohawk look. And I'm really talking fast because I know that my camera is going to cut out in a second. I don't know why. I'm just going to drape that on the top and I'm going to pin that in place after neatening all this up. Now's the time to deal with any bits that are sticking up, because once it's down, it's down. So you can pin underneath if you like. You don't need to backcomb this piece. And I would only spray it sort of at the end. So that's kind of the shape that I want. I'm going to pin that down. That's pinned down. I'm just spraying the top of that, smoothing over with my hands. Can hide in any sort of hairs that's sticking out. Probably a little bit higher than she would have it, but she's a celebrity. She can do whatever she likes. And I'm just going to exaggerate it tenfold as well. So for my lipstick I've got on MAC's Hug Me in Seashare, and then I've just gone back to look at the picture, and this is really, really high. It should only really be, basing on the picture that I'm looking at, kind of down there. But I'm sure I've seen her with this quiffy look as well, so I'm going to leave it in. I think it looks quite nice anyway, and you can always make it bigger or smaller. The technique is the same. So I hope this was useful to you. Thank you so much to the young lady who requested it, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.